I hope you are doing well and I think your preparation is going well. In this video, we will be discussing the multiple choice questions on the 13th chapter, that is magnetic effects of electric current. So let's start without wasting any time. If you haven't watched the videos of the class 10 MCQ series, then look at the link given in the description box. So the very first question is, electricity and magnetism are linked to each other, whether it is a true statement or false statement. Yes, electricity and magnetism are linked to each other, therefore it is a true statement. Next question is, a compass needle is in fact a small bar magnet, whether it is a true statement or false statement. Yes, it is a true statement. A compass needle is in fact a small bar magnet. The next question is, the direction of magnetic field produced by the electric current changes by changing the current direction. Whether it is a true statement or false statement, he is asking. Yes, it is a true statement. The direction of the magnetic field produced by the electric current changes by changing the direction of the current. Let's look at this by an illustration. Suppose if this is the upward direction of the current, then if this is the magnetic field direction, then reverse thing will happen. Let's see. If we change the direction of the current, the direction of the magnetic field also changes. This is how the question is illustrated. Therefore, the direction of the current and magnetic field are dependent on each other. Whenever you change one direction, the other direction will automatically get reversed. Therefore, it is a true statement. Then fourth question is, inside the magnet, the direction of the field line C is from south pole to its north pole. He is asking, inside the magnet, the direction of the field lines is from its south pole to its north pole. Yes, it is a true statement. Therefore, option E is the right answer. The next question, that is fifth question, is right hand thumb rule is used in finding the direction of magnetic field associated with a current carrying conductor. Yes, it is also a true statement. Option A is the right answer. Suppose here I want to clarify one thing. If this is the direction of the electron, current will be moving in this direction. The current direction will be taken in the opposite direction of the electron. Please keep this point in mind. The next question, that is sixth question, is magnetic field lines are closed curves, open curves, straight lines, none of the above. Nota means none of the above. Magnetic field lines are closed curves, therefore option E is the right answer. The next question is MRI full form. He is asking the full form of MRI. The first option A is magnetic response imaging, magnetic resonance imaging, magnetic resonance indicator, major resonance imaging. Yes, it is magnetic resonance imaging. Option B is the right answer. Therefore, option B is the right answer. The next question is electric fans, refrigerators, mixers, washing machines, computers, MP3 players, users. He is asking, these equipments uses what? Whether they use electric motors, electric generator, magic box, none of the above. Yes, they use electric motor. Option A is the right answer. The ninth question is, electromagnetic induction was first studied by whom? He is asking. Whether it is by Michael Faraday, Fleming, Mendeleev, Newland. Yes, the electromagnetic induction was first studied by Michael Faraday. Option A is the right answer. Option A is the right answer. Michael Faraday studied the electromagnetic induction for the first time. The next question is, a change of magnetic field in a conductor induces a current in another conductor is called heating effect of electric current, electromagnetic induction, solenoid, none of the above. Yes, it is called as electromagnetic induction. Option B is the right answer. Electromagnetic induction is nothing but a change of magnetic field in a conductor induces a current in another conductor. Option B is the right answer. The 11th question is, to know the direction of the induced current in a coil and magnetic field he is asking which principle we use to find the direction of induced current in a coil and magnetic field. When it comes to the induced current, immediately in your mind it has to come Fleming's right hand rule. Let's see the option: Fleming's left hand rule, Fleming's right hand rule, right hand thumb rule, none of the above. Yes, option B is the right answer. It is the Fleming's right hand rule is used to find the direction of the induced current in a coil and magnetic field. The next question, that is 12th question, is magnetic field is a quantity that has both the direction and magnitude. Whether it is a true statement or false statement. Yes, magnetic field has both direction and magnitude. Therefore, option A is the right answer. Next question is, two field lines are found to cross each other. Whether it is a true statement or false statement. Yes, it is a false statement. No two field lines are found to cross each other. Therefore, it is a false statement. Let's see with illustration. Suppose this is one magnetic field line. This is another magnetic field line. Suppose if this is one magnetic field line and other magnetic field line, but no two magnetic field lines intersect. This is a true statement or true illustration, and no two magnetic field lines never intersect each other. Therefore, it is a wrong indication. Therefore, this illustration is the right one. Therefore, it is a false statement. No two field lines are found to cross each other. Let's move to the next question, 14th one. That is, the soft iron core plus the coils are known as armature, electric generator, magic box, commutator. As the soft iron core plus the coils, it is called as armature. Option E is the right answer. The next question is, a device that converts electrical energy to mechanical energy is called as electric motor, electric generator, magic box, none of the above. Yes, it is electric motor that converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. The next question is, strength of the magnetic field is indirectly proportional to the degree of closeness of the field lines. He is asking whether it is a true statement or false statement. Yes, it is obviously a false statement. It is not indirectly proportional, but it is directly proportional to the degree of closeness of the field lines. Suppose in this diagram, the field strength is maximum up to here and it goes on decreasing in this direction. The field strength is maximum near the magnet and it is minimum near the outside the magnet. It is minimum here, it is minimum here, and it is maximum here, it is maximum here. Therefore, it is a false statement. False statement. Strength of the magnetic field is directly proportional to the degree of closeness of the field lines. The next question is, a device that converts mechanical energy to electrical energy is called as electric generator. Let's see the option: electric motor, electric generator, magic box, none of the above. As it is electric generator that converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. Option B is the right answer. And the next question is, which rule is used in electric motor? Fleming's left hand rule, Fleming's right hand rule, right hand thumb rule, none of the above. Yes, it is Fleming's left hand rule is used in electric motor. Next, move to the next question. In electric motors, the split rings act as commutator. Whether it is a true statement or false statement. Yes, it is a true statement. Next question is, with DC current, electric power can be transmitted over long distances without much loss of energy. Yes, it is obviously a false statement. It is possible only with AC current. Therefore, with DC current it is not possible. Therefore, it is an false statement. The next question is, the magnetic field of a solenoid carrying a current is similar to that of bar magnet. He is asking, he is comparing the magnetic field produced by the solenoid and the bar magnet. Yes, both are same. Therefore, it is a true statement. Answer A is the right answer. The next question is, the pattern of the magnetic field around a conductor depends on the shape of the conductor. He is asking whether the pattern of the magnetic field around a conductor depends on the shape of the conductor. Yes, obviously it depends on the shape of the conductor. Therefore, it is a true statement. The next question is, electric generator works on the principle of electromagnetic induction. Yes, electric generator works on the principle of electromagnetic induction. The next question is, the commercial motors use armature. Yes, commercial motors use armature. It is a true statement. Similarly, commercial motors use an electromagnet in place of permanent magnet and large number of turns of conducting wire in the current carrying coil. Commercial motors use armature and electromagnet in place of permanent magnet and large number of turns of the conducting wire in the current carrying coil. Therefore, it is a true statement. The next question is, magnetic field is a scalar quantity, vector quantity, tensor quantity, none of the above. Yes, magnetic field is a vector quantity. Just we had saw that magnetic field has both direction as well as magnitude. Therefore, it is a vector quantity. Next question is, option B is the right answer for this question. Let's move to the 26th question. Current which changes the direction after equal intervals of time is called as, it is an alternating current. AC current, DC current, powerful current, weak current. Yes, it is AC current. Option A is the right answer. Next question, current which does not changes the direction after equal intervals of time is called as AC current, DC current, powerful current, weak current. Yes, it is DC current, that is direct current which does not changes the direction of the after equal interval of time. Therefore, B is the right answer. Next question is, generator in which the direction of the current is produced is called, in which, sorry, generator in which unidirectional current is produced is called AC generator, DC generator, DC motor, AC motor. Option C and D will not be the answer because he is asking about the generator in which unidirectional current is produced means direction of the current is not changing, means it is obviously DC generator. Therefore, option B is the right answer. Let's move to the next question. The magnetized soft iron placed inside the solenoid is called as electromagnet, commutator, bar magnet, motor. Yes, it is an electromagnet. Option A is the right answer. Next question is, how electricity and magnetism are linked to each other? They are directly proportional, indirectly proportional, don't depend on each other, none of the above. Just we had saw that electricity and magnetism are directly proportional to each other. If you increase the electricity, magnetic field will be maximum. If you increase the magnetic field, electricity generated will be maximum. Therefore, option A is the right answer for this question. Next question is, how magnetic field produced by a given current in the conductor is related to the distance from it, whether it is directly proportional, inversely proportional, don't depend on each other, none of the above. As the magnetic field produced by a given current in the conductor is inversely proportional to the distance from it. Therefore, option B is the right answer. Magnetic field is inversely proportional to the distance. Suppose the magnetic field is maximum up to here, right, and magnetic field is goes on decreasing as we move away from the magnet. Therefore, it is inversely proportional to the distance from the magnet. Option B is the right answer for this question. Let's move to the next question. The concentric circles representing the magnetic field around the magnet or conductor would become larger and larger as we move away from the wire. Yes, it is a true statement. Yes, it is a true statement. Yes, it is a true statement. See here, magnetic field is inversely proportional to distance. As we move away from this, the concentric circles become larger and larger. Therefore, option A is the right answer for this question. It is a true statement. Next question is, The region surrounding a magnet in which the force of the magnet can be detected is called as magnetic field, gravitational field, electric field, none of the above. Yes, it is called as magnetic field. Option E is the right answer for this question. Next question is, see here, the region around which the force of the magnet can be detected. Here, if you bring any an iron rod, it is going to be attracted in this region. Therefore, this region is called as what? Up to this region, and this region is called as magnetic field region. Therefore, option E is the right answer. Next question is, in Maxwell's corkscrew rule, direction of the rotation of the corkscrew is the direction of the magnetic field, gravitational field, force, none of the above. Yes, it is magnetic field. Option E is the right answer. So let's move to the next question. The field produced inside the solenoid is, whether it is uniform, non-uniform, depends on the current, none of the above. The field produced inside the solenoid is uniform always. Always the field, magnetic field produced inside the solenoid is uniform, irrespective whether it is a current minimum or maximum, it is always uniform. The next question is, a coil of many circular turns of insulated copper wire wrapped closely in the shape of the cylinder is called a solenoid, electromagnet, bar magnet, motor. Yes, it is solenoid. Option A is the right answer for this question. A coil of many circular turns of insulated copper wire wrapped closely in the shape of a cylinder is called a solenoid. Option A is the right answer. Let's move to the next question. When the direction of the current is at right angles to the direction of the magnetic field in a conductor, no change occurs. Displacement of the rod is the smallest, displacement of the rod is the largest. Can't say. Yes, the displacement of the rod is the largest when the direction of the current is at right angles at 90 degrees to the direction of the magnetic field in a conductor. Therefore, option C is the right answer for this question. Let's move to the next question, that is, in Fleming's left hand rule, the first finger represents the force acting on the conductor, the direction of the current, the direction of the magnetic field. Can't say. Yes, it is the direction of the magnetic field. In the Fleming's left hand rule, the first finger represents. If we stretch the first three fingers of our left hand, these are the directions of the fingers which show various positions. The first finger, this is first finger, and this is second finger, and this is the thumb. The first finger represents the magnetic field. Therefore, option C is the right answer. Let's move to the next question. In Fleming's left hand rule, he is asking the second finger represents what? Just we had see that the second finger represents the direction of the current. The second finger represents the direction of the current. Just we had shown. First finger represents the field, second represents the current, and thumb represents the motion. The next question is, in Fleming's left hand rule, the thumb represents the force acting on the conductor, the direction of the current, the direction of the magnetic field. Can't say. Yes, it is the force acting on the conductor. Field, current, and motion, that is the force acting on the conductor. Got it? Option A is the right answer. The next question is, in Fleming's right hand rule, the thumb represents direction of the magnetic field, direction of the motion of the conductor, direction of the induced current. Can't say. Yes, it is the direction of the motion of the conductor. The thumb represents the direction of motion of the conductor. The thumb represents the direction of motion of the conductor. The first finger represents the magnetic field, or forefinger represents the magnetic field. Then the second finger, middle finger, represents the current induced in the conductor. For this question, it is option B, that is the direction of motion of the conductor is in the thumb direction. Next question is, in Fleming's right hand rule, first finger represents the direction of magnetic field, direction of motion of the conductor, direction of induced currents, as it is the direction of the magnetic field. Option A is the right answer for this question. Again, in Fleming's right hand rule, the middle finger represents the direction of the magnetic field, direction of the force, direction of motion of the conductor, direction of the induced finger. Can't say. Yes, it is the direction of the induced current. Option C is the right answer for this question. Let's move to the next question. It is an instrument that can be used to detect the presence of current in a circuit, whether it is galvanometer, voltmeter, thermometer, odometer. As it is galvanometer, which is used to determine the presence of current in the circuit. Voltmeter is used to determine the voltage, thermometer is used to determine the temperature, odometer is used to determine the running distance covered by the vehicle, or it is used to determine the speed of the vehicle. Right? For this, the answer is option E is the right answer. Next, move to the next question. The lines along which the iron filings align themselves around a magnet, or the path along which a hypothetical free north pole would tend to represent, is gravitational field, magnetic field line, electric field, none of the above. Yes, option B is the right answer, that is the magnetic field lines. Let's move to the next question. In a right hand thumb rule, thumb points in the direction of gravitational field, magnetic field lines, electric current, none of the above. Yes, it is in the electric current. Option C is the right answer. See here, the thumb points in the direction of the electric current. The thumb points in the direction of the electric current. Therefore, option C is the right answer for this question. So let's move to the next question. In the right hand thumb rule, four fingers points in the direction of the gravitational field, magnetic field lines, electric current, none of the above. Yes, they points in the direction of magnetic field line. Therefore, option B is the right answer for this question. As I said, thumb points in the direction of the current, and other four fingers will wrap around the magnetic field direction. Therefore, option B is the right answer for this question. The next question is, when a magnetic field lines are closer, strength is maximum, strength is minimum, strength can't be affected, none of the above. Yes, the strength is maximum when the field lines are closer. Next question is, a safety device used for protecting the circuits due to short circuiting or overloading of the circuit is fuse, switch, ammeter, voltmeter. Yes, it is fuse is used for protecting the circuits due to the short circuiting or overloading of the circuits. Next question is, the end pointing towards the north is called as north pole, the other end pointing towards the south is called south pole. Like poles repel while unlike poles of the magnets attract each other. He is asking about the properties of the magnets. Let's see which of the above statements are true. Whether only 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, all of the above statement. Yes, it is. All the statements are true in this question. Right, so let's move to the next question, that is, field lines emerge from the north pole and merge at the south pole. Field lines emerge from the south pole and merge at the south pole. Only one statement is true, second only yes, only first statement is true. Field lines emerge from the north pole and merge at the south pole. Therefore, option E is the right answer. Next question is, the direction of the force acting on the conductor and the direction of the induced current are given by. As I said, when it comes to the induced current, always focus on the Fleming's right hand rule. Therefore, it is first one is the left hand rule, second one is the right hand rule. Let's see the option. Therefore, only option B is there. Option B, that is left hand rule and right hand rule, are used for detecting the direction of the force acting on the conductor and the direction of the induced current in the conductor. For induced current, right hand rule. For force acting on the conductor, we use left hand rule, Fleming's left hand rule. So let's move to the next question, 53, that is, red insulation in the domestic circuits is used to represent the live wire. Black insulation is used to determine the neutral wire, and earth wire that has green insulation. Which of the above statements are correct, he is asking. Whether only 1, 2, 1 and 3, all are correct. Yes, option D is the right answer. All the statements are true. Red insulation means live wire, black insulation means neutral wire, earth wire has green insulation. Therefore, option D is the right answer for this question. So let's move to the next question. So that's all about the multiple choice questions of this chapter. So thank you for watching this video. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe the channel, and don't miss to click on the bell icon for more videos to watch. So thank you once again.